Gum83 here, and welcome back to episode 32 of Building Micro City 3.0. We continuing off with the school from last episode. There we go. Next done. There we go.
Because it was looking a little bit plain before I added it, and I thought that it'd be a nice feature to add. If you guys don't want to do this, maybe turn this into a window. But I think that a clock kind of looks, I don't know, there's something about it that looks kind of cool. So you want to end up with something that should look like this, and once you have that, you then want to take out your polished diamond side. And going all the way around the inside of the glass shape that you've made, but on the outside of the building, you kind of want to do a circle of polished andesite, but like I said, it's kind of like on the inside of the layer of glass that you have, but it's on the outside of the building. Can you guys see how we've arrived at that? You then want to take out your block of quartz. Actually, don't. Get rid of your red wool for just a moment and grab some black wool. Take the black wool, and starting from the bottom left-hand corner of the outside of your clock, so where we have this polished andesite, connect that bottom left-hand corner to the up right-hand corner from the inside with a layer of black wool like that. Then fill the entire center of your clock in with quartz block. You could alternatively use white wool if you so chose, but I like quartz. And you'll end up with something that should look a little bit like that, and that is fundamentally the front of your school.
There we go.
Now, what do you want to do next? You're probably wondering to yourself. Well, what we now want to do is we want to come left and right of the entrance, and you can see where we have this layer of stone bricks, like left and right of the entrance. Well, we want to do another layer of stone bricks, like just coming towards the front of the entrance, if you guys can see what I'm talking about. So we just want to add an additional layer of stone bricks, like left and right of the entrance, in line with those two other rows of 15 stone bricks. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm sure that you guys can understand why we might be doing that. Now, once you've got that taken care of, you then want to take out your bricks, and we then want to fill in left and right of the entrance, plus we also want to fill in the center part. So you know how we connected the front of the entrance to the back of the school? Well, we also want to fill that big giant, sort of like column shape, I guess, the big giant column shape that we formed. We want to fill that in with bricks as well. So we're just filling the right-hand side of the entrance in now, and then we'll be doing the sides of the big giant column shape. And once we've done that, we're then going to be filling in the middle back portion of the school. And once that's done, they're the more unique parts of the school taken care of. So once we've filled these two parts in, like the middle front and the middle back, those are the, you might say, harder parts of the school done. So we're just going to take a little bit of time now to fill the sides of this thing in. It will take a little while because it is actually kind of big. This school is actually, there's more than enough room in this school for, like, how many classrooms do I have? I have like 7 or so classrooms, I think. Maybe that's a little bit more. Maybe like 6 or so classrooms. There's enough room for a cafeteria that I put in here. There's a principal's office. There's hallways and stuff. This school is actually planned out relatively well. Oh, you can also fill in the back part of the, you see like the back part here where we have just like a little rectangle that you can fill this in with bricks as well. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just filling this in with bricks.
Perfect.
And yeah, this school is actually filled out pretty well. It's actually designed in a way that it would actually function like a school, and I'm actually quite happy about that, because a lot of these buildings, especially like my hospital, it doesn't function like a hospital would. Like, I had to figure it out afterwards, like, how can we put in floors, how can we put in stairs, how can we do this, how can we do that. But this school is, if you wanted to actually use it as a school in Minecraft, you could definitely do that without too much trouble. Plus, it's actually quite easy to make. We've just about taken care of the hardest part, and I don't think that we're 20 minutes into this thing. I don't think we're 15 minutes into this thing, so...
Okay, well, I gotta finish this up though, like this. Now, one thing though that I was forgotten to add though inside the tutorial though, but wasn't featured until it's like another part, was this down here. I remember it though. I do remember this. Needing to be here. There we go.
So we're not doing too badly for ourselves. So what we want to end up with so far should look a little bit like this. This is just it from the front view, because once you have taken care of the front, you now want to come to the very back part of the school. So this is going to be a little weird that we're doing this, but I did actually plan to do this later, but we may as well do it now. So you're on the back part of your school. You can see where we have this rectangular part popping out the top of the school, and you can see where it connects to the school. Well, you want to take, can you see this stone brick directly left of where it connects? Take this stone brick and connect the top of the school to the bottom of the school. You want to do this on the left, and you also want to do this on the right. So you want to take the stone brick that is just right of where it connects, and you just want to connect it on the left, and you want to connect it on the right. So it's kind of like expanded a little bit. Now, once you've done that, you then want to come to the very bottom left-hand corner of the shape that we've just made. So we've just made a nice big giant rectangular column shape, and going from left to right, from the bottom left-hand corner of this, we want to do this sequence of blocks. Do one brick, then one andesite, then one white stained glass, then one andesite, leave a gap of 3 going right, that's 1, 2, and 3, then do one andesite, one glass, one andesite.
Allergies? They're fast, powerful allergies.
There we go.
There's no brain fog due to drowsiness. Discover Allegro. It's a no-brainer.
The FIFA World Cup 2026 is here, so we challenge artists from all around the world to come represent your country with the most.
One brick. So we want to have this. Once you have that, you then want to take this left-hand inside andesite, this one right here, and you want to go up on top of it by 2, then go right by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then connect it down. Take out your white stained glass and go all the way around the archway that you just made with your white stained glass. Then add an additional layer of white stained glass on top of that archway of white stained glass, and then take out your polished andesite and go all the way around the white stained glass archway that you made. So you want to end up with a shape that should look roughly like this. Oh, and we can also, whilst we are here, can you remember what we did for the entrance, how we kind of like extended it out a little bit? Well, take where the andesite connects on the left-hand side and right-hand side of the entrance to the stone bricks. Take those stone bricks, extend them out by 3 each, that's 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Then do 2 rows of polished andesite in the 2 center rows, and then do a layer of stone bricks on the outer part, and then if you like, you can also extend out the back entrance to the school just out by 1 row, just to kind of make it pop a little bit, just a little bit like that. Now, once you've done that, you then want to take out your bricks and to just fill in the area all the way around there. So you just want to fill in that entire center part with your regular old bricks, like this. You guys can see what's happening now. And the last thing that we're going to have to add to the center part, we're just going to have another clock. The clock is just, I don't know, it seems to make sense, because there's going to be like a play area out the back of here. There's going to be like a little basketball court, and there's going to be like a little sand pit and some swings and stuff. We're going to have that out the back of here. It's essentially a little park, and it makes sense if, you know, recess time or break time, whatever you want to call it, that there'd be a clock on here, because, you know, they're always monitoring your time. It just made sense. So once you've got that filled in with bricks, you then want to come to the very top center of the area that you were just filling in. With your polished andesite, take the 3 middle blocks. You guys will be able to figure out which those are. They should have 4 blocks on the left, 4 blocks on the right. Extend out those 3 middle blocks with your polished andesite. Then take the right-hand polished andesite, do 2 bottom right diagonals from it, that's 1 and 2. Then go down by 2. Then do 2 bottom left diagonals, that's 1 and 2. Then go left by 2. Then do 2 upper left diagonals, that's 1 and 2. And then up by 2. And then do an upright diagonal. So you now have the outline of the clock again. Take out your black wall and connect the bottom left-hand corner to the top right-hand corner of the clock from the inside, like this, and then fill in the entire center part of the clock with your quartz. So we just have another clock out here. It seemed to make sense. It's just above the door, and you want to have something which should look a little bit like that. And now, once you've got that taken care of, everything else is actually really quite easy. So, okay guys, I don't usually do this, but I've noticed that we've made a very small error in the school. you might have noticed, or you might not have, that the left-hand side of the school is ever so slightly smaller than the right-hand side of the school by one block. And since we're over 20 minutes in, I don't really want to restart the whole tutorial for something that is a very simple fix. So, what you want to have on the right-hand side here is you want to have a row of 25 stone bricks starting from right at the entrance going that way. So you want to have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. You want to have a row of 25 stone bricks. Because of the measurements that I gave you, so I imagine that you guys have this issue as well, we have 26.
Yeah, I didn't have that issue. But mistakes happen. It's part of life.
Whoops, my bad. But all we have to do to fix this is so you can the mistake I wanted to start. I'd like to point out that I make loads and loads of mistakes. It happens in buildings like this. To fix row of 25 quartz, but of course if your school did have the correct measurements for whatever reason, then you wouldn't have to make the change. But I couldn't even tell the difference by looking at it. Now, once you've reached this point right here, you want to come to the very front left-hand side of the school. Come down to the bottom left-hand corner here. So, going from left to right, on top of this layer of stone bricks, do this sequence of blocks. Do 5 bricks, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 stone brick. Then 5 bricks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 stone brick.
So, it's basically 5 bricks, 1 stone brick. 3, 4, 5. Like that, right?
5 bricks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 stone brick. 5 bricks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 stone brick. Now, moving through the entrance onto the opposite side, we want to do 1 stone brick, 5 bricks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1 stone brick, 5 bricks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 stone brick. Bricks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 brick, 1 stone brick, then 5 bricks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then, moving through the school, we want to do the same thing, and now we can just repeat this pattern continuously until we connect back to the front. So it'll be 5 bricks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 stone, then 1, 2.
Okay. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Let's go all the way down to this side though, so I can make it a bit easier on myself. There we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then, hang on, I've just messed up that counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've done it again. Unbelievable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. 1 bricks down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connect there. Moving through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connect to the back entrance, then moving through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 brick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 brick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 brick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, connects us to the back left hand corner. Then final side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, brick, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we should have connected all the way to the very front of the school, and we should end up with something that should look a little bit like this, and this is probably the best representation that I can give it. So, once you have that taken care of, guys, this is what you want to do next. We're actually going to be taking care of the sides of the school first of all, because they are more unique than the front and back parts of the school. So, once you've got that taken care of, you then, actually, you know what, take out your stone bricks. You can see where we have each one of those stone bricks built in to the rows that we've made. Connect those stone bricks all the way from the bottom of your school all the way up to the top. So you just want to have loads and loads
like
and
this.
loads of rows
Right here,
of
right.
stone bricks
Yes,
going from the
just
bottom
like
of your school all the way up to the top. You'll have these all over the place, so connect each one of those from the bottom of the school and then all the way to the top. And what I was just about to do before I decided that this would be a better idea, we're going to do the sides of the school before we do the front and back side of the school, which is unusual because it's typically the other way around. The reason that we're going to do this is because the school is designed in such a way that it has like fire doors, it has like fire exits. There's two of them. There's one on the very center, which is this one, the very center right hand side of the school, and there's one on the very left center side of the school. We've just got two fire exits there. That's the only unique part about the sides than the front and the back. But other than that, like each one of these sections that we're making, they're actually going to be identical to each other. So once we've got those two little parts of the left and right hand side of the school done, we can then do the exact same thing all the way around the school. So we'll be able to just repeat it however many times we need to, probably I don't know, like 20 times, I guess. We're going to have to do this. I don't even know. I don't know what the count will be, but count from the Sesame Street. I don't know what that'll be, but it's going to be a lot. So you guys are going to become very familiar with what we're going to have to do next. Right after we've done this, we've just got this last stone brick to connect from the very bottom to all the way to the top of the school. So we want to end up with something that should look a little bit like this, and you can see that the school is shaping up just a little bit more. Now, once you have that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. Come all the way over to the very left-hand side of the school, and you want to be in line with this middle bit. Throw away your old pal, the black wool, and get out your red wool again. Oh, it's been waiting for us. You want to come to the very bottom center panel on the left-hand side of the school, and knock out the 3 center blocks in the panel.
There we go.
From the left-hand block that you just knocked out, do a row of 3 red wool coming up from the ground, 1, 2, 3. Then extend that third block to the right 2, connect it down to the bottom. Do a layer of glass on top of the red wool. Then do 4 layers of bricks on top of the glass. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do a layer of polished andesite. Then do 3 layers of glass. 1, 2, 3. Then do a layer of block of quartz. Then fill in the entire rest of the area with a brick. So this will take a little doing here, but we have a nice little brick archway. We'll end up with something that should look like this. Also, since this is a fire exit, we're just going to have a little bit of a step here. So where the red connects to the stone bricks, we're just going to extend that out each by 1 with the polished andesite. We will then do a stone brick stair right between those, and now we have a fire exit. We can also put a door on that later and all sorts, but we want to have something which should look for that center part like this. Do this on the left hand side, do it on the right. So we're coming all the way over to the right hand side of the school here. You can see that we're literally on the opposite side. We can see what we've done over there. Knock out the 3 center blocks here. Then from this left block we go by 3 of the red, right hand side, connect them together at the top. We then do a layer of white stained glass on top of them. We then do 4 layers of bricks. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We then do a layer of polished andesite, followed by 3 layers of white stained glass. That's 1, 2, and 3. We then do a layer of quartz on top of that. We can then fill the very center part of that little panel that we have
there we
here
go, like
with
that.
bricks, and we'll end up with something that should look a little bit like that. But of course, what else can we do? We can give this a little bit of a step down, and we can do that with a polished andesite coming out from each one of where the entrance connects to the stone bricks, and then a stone brick stair right in the center. There we go. That is the fire exit left and fire exit right coming out of the school. So once you have that taken care of, guys, this is what you want to do next. And we may as well complete the site because we have to do this so many more times. So each one of the other panels actually looks very similar to this one, guys, except it's this. So starting with this one, or any of them, it really doesn't matter. This is what you want to have. So in each one of the panels, you want to have 3 polished andesite on top of the layer of bricks in the very 3 center spaces of...
Hold on. I actually have a better idea, though. So, what I'm going to be doing, though, is I'm gonna be adding all the bricks though first, like that, like along the outside though, because that's gonna buy me so much more time rather than doing it to each individual window. I'm gonna be doing it now. Gonna get it a lot easier on myself. I forgot to add in the top portion too. Well, nearly forgot though, but luckily I took a quick glance though at the window right here though, and that's when I realized that they need the top thing there too. Oh, damn it, I hate when that happens. There we go. Perfect. Because by doing it like this though first, it's making it a lot easier on myself. So I don't have to like add in all like the bricks though later though. In my opinion though, this is just gonna buy me so much more time. In my opinion. Now, if you want to know why I'm not talking about, like, why I'm not talking as much so than like I normally do when building the city, though, is because AUs are done. That really hit me hard, but I have to deal with it, unfortunately. Now, one thing, though, that I just noticed, though, is that part 15 of reacting to Jacqueline's infection AU still needs to be done. I'm still going to do that, but that's the last of the AU videos I'm going to be able to do. Because since the AUs are being, not discontinued. I wouldn't say discontinued, though. I would say, like, more like done, though. Not really discontinued, because discontinued seems like they're canceled. But even though they're like done though, like they're not happening ever again. And the creator of them told me last night, right before I was going to bed. Well, not like right before I was going to bed though, but like something like that though, a little bit. I didn't go to bed until like midnight. No, I think it was like around like 9 o'clock, I think, my time. I don't remember. I gotta double check, though. But let's just say there's gonna be a major difference, though, with the reaction videos of the channel, though, because since AUs are no longer going to be a thing, I don't really have anything else to react to at this current moment, though. For all I know, the same creator of the AUs could make something else, though, that I could react to, though, but it's up to him, though. If he wants to do something that doesn't like involve the AUs, though, or maybe unless maybe I can find a way to create my own stuff though that doesn't involve certain characters. You know, I could try to do that though, but I suck at coding, so I don't know exactly like how I would do that though. Because since I suck at coding, I can't really make AUs. Because I suck at coding. And that's the truth. I do suck at coding. I was surprisingly able to pass my coding class though I believe it was my senior year of high school by a smidge. My overall grade though for that class was a D. Even though it was an elective. But what I'm glad about though is that I actually got 2 gym classes that's it. Like 2 gym classes that same year. I'm glad I did. Like, really glad I did. And there we go. Okay, so now I've got to do the windows now.
Of the panel. You then want to do 3 layers of white stained glass on top of the polished andesite, followed by a layer of block of quartz. Then do 2 layers of bricks, that's 1 and 2, followed by a layer of polished andesite, then 3 layers of glass, that's 1, 2, and 3, then a layer of
There we go. Okay, I should probably like reorganize this though a little bit though in my hotbar, to be honest. Yeah, I definitely should. There we go. Oh, I got a better idea actually. Let me just go down to here, add this in real quick. Like this. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie. Perfect. Okay. Now I have a better now. Obviously, though, okay, let me do the sides real quick though, because since those are like the fire exits. And the fire exits though is what's going to make it a bit difficult though to do a specific way that I want to try and do. Well, somewhat though. There we go. There we go. Nicely done. Ooh. Perfect. Little blocks. There we go. And voila, there we go. Okay, good. So now I'm going to do the front next. Like this. There we go. There we go. Fine. There we go. Perfect. There we go. And perfect. Okay. I'm gonna do something a little bit like that. Where I did all 8 windows, well, I did all 4 sections of the windows at once. That's all I was trying to do. And it makes it a lot easier on myself. And I mean a lot easier on myself too. Oh, wrong block. It's just no, it's supposed to be the quartz. Oh, damn, well, I just messed this up a little bit. Oh, well. There we go. And there we go. Perfect. And that's all the front windows and side windows done. Now it's gonna work on the back of the windows. With the back of the building, well, the back of the school though for the windows. You're just kidding me. Why do I always put blocks in the wrong spot? I really don't like it when I do that. I really don't. Oh, damn it. Well, I have to do bricks anyway, though. Which makes sense. There we go, finally. There we go. Perfect. Final set of windows.
Quartz. So you want to have something which should look like this, and you can see that those are simply 2 windows, and that second window, the second floor window, actually lines up with the window that we have just above the fire exit. So we can then just fill the entire area around that in with bricks. And not only do we have to do this, I don't know how many times have we done it. We've done it like, I guess this is once for this particular panel, but this is the 3rd time that we've had to fill one in. Not only do you want to do this once, but you want to do it God knows how many times. So we're now just to the right of it. We want to, on top of these 3 center blocks, place a layer of andesite, then 3 layers of white stained glass, followed by 1 layer of block of quartz, then 2 layers of bricks, 1 and 2, and then 1 layer of polished andesite, then 3 layers of white stained glass, that's 1, 2, and 3, and then a layer of block of quartz, followed by a layer of bricks. And then we just want to fill the surrounding area in here with bricks, and we want to end up with something that should look a little bit like this. This is the left-hand side of the fire exit, let's do the right-hand side. So I'm going to go through this entire side, and then we're going to quick build it, because there's no reason to have this, however many times I have to do it. So we're in this window, we want to do 3 polished andesite, then 3 layers of white stained glass, that'll be 3, then a layer of quartz, then 2 bricks,
Look at that.
2, and want to do a layer of block with width. And then a layer
Let me
of
switch
polished
to the front of the
andesite,
school real quick.
then 3 white stained glass, then a layer of quartz, and then we just want to fill the entire rest of the area in with bricks. So this is going to be the very left hand side of the school. Out the window. Well, we want to form window sills coming out from the bottoms of each one of those windows, and we just want to do that with a layer of upside down quartz stairs. So coming out from the polished andesite upside down quartz stairs like this. So we just want to form window sills all over the place, and we'll end up with something that should look exactly like that, guys. It's as simple as that. Now, once you've done this on the right hand side of the school, guess what? You want to do the same thing on the...
Okay. Oh, damn it. Ooh. No. There we go. Perfect. Yes, I did forget about this though when building the windows, because it's been a while since I built a school in Minecraft. It's been a while. Perfect. Okay. Oop. There we go. And there we go. Nicely done. Okay. There we go. Last final side, because I did the front first, and I know I did. And voila, there we go.
On the left, and you'll also want to do the same thing on the front, so on the back.
Thank you.
For more of these sections, do these same around this necessary, because it's the same. You just have a moment, guy. Cannot. Once I'm gonna take what we did on the right hand side of the school has now been over with the roll. We have this taken care of to do now. Yeah. On the front of the school, you might notice something. You can see where we have the stone bricks that touch the floor, like the individual layers of stone bricks. Like on the left-hand side, we have 5 vertical rows of stone bricks. Well, what we want to do is this. In front of the bottom 2 blocks of the stone bricks, we want to extend the bottom 2 blocks out in front of the school, each by 1 with the stone bricks. So we want to have something which should look a little bit like this. Then, on top of that second stone brick, we want to add a regular facing stone brick stairs. This just gives the school a little bit more of a 3D-ish looking effect. It makes it look a little bit interesting. It breaks up each one of the individual sections. Do this on the front left-hand side. do it on the front right-hand side. So we're just going to add the bricks first, and then we're just going to sweep from right to left and add the layer of regular facing stone brick stairs.
Like that.
So we're now just going from right, and we're going all the way over to the left, and we're just adding these individual stone brick stairs that look a little bit like this, and it just makes it look a little bit more interesting, like I said. Do that on the front, and also do it on the back. So we're now on the back here, and we want to do the same thing. So we just want to do the 2 stone bricks starting from each one of the individual bottom of the vertical columns, and then we just want to add the layer of stone brick stairs on top of each one of those second stone bricks. So we're just going from right to left doing that, and now we can just add on all of the stairs now that we've accomplished this. So we want to do this on the front and the back of the school, however, we don't want to do it on the right. I didn't design it to do it on the right. I don't know why that is, but I didn't think it would look right. Nah, didn't do it on. Anyway, I didn't design it to go on the sides of the school. I simply designed this pattern to go on the front of the school and the back of the school, and I think it makes it just look a little bit better. Like I said, gives it a bit more of a 3D effect. So once you have that taken care of on the front and the back, I did just realize that on the very front of the school, around the entrance here, what I did do, you see the very front 2 bottom corners of the school, I added just like a kind of like a 3/4 square of stone brick stairs going like around the corners of the front of the entrance, if you guys can see what I've done there, just to break it up a little bit. Everything has to do with just making the school look a little bit more interesting, a little bit more detailed without having to do too much work. Now, once you've done all of that around the base of the school, what we now want to do...
Hold on a minute, I got a better idea. Let me just sit onto the chest over here real quick. Grab out the curved full block. Come all the way back over to here. And this is gonna be very quick though as well. And I'll just fill all this in with the curved full block. Oop. Oh dear. Grass block. Okay, they're both in my inventory. Okay, good. They're both in my inventory. Okay, so now that they're both in my inventory, which is actually good that they're both in my inventory. There we go. Okay. So, do a little bit of that. Put the stuff back. There we go. Okay.
Is we want to fill all of the roof of the school in before we add anything fancy to it. So, the roofs of the school, obviously, we have this very top center part of the roof. The bit that we have, like, the very top of the entrance that connects from the front and the back, we have this to fill in, which I am going to use andesite for, guys. We're going to use andesite for this, to fill in the very top of the roof.
There we
so
go.
we're going to fill in the top and middle part of the roof here, so like where the entrance is and what have you. Plus, we're also going to be doing the very same to the left-hand side of the roof and the right-hand side of the roof, and it's just a layer of...
Okay, so this is going to take a bit of time though to get done. But luckily for me though, since I build fast though, this should get done lickety-split. Like a banana split. Now, I'm not gonna lie though, like growing up though, like the only thing like the one thing though that I really missed that I would really love to see like a comeback though as a TV show would be the banana splits. But unfortunately though, since that show is no longer on air, because it used to be, well, it's a very old TV show, back from 1968. And the last episode, though, that was aired, I think was... Okay, I remember looking it up. I do remember looking it up. Though, but the problem is... No, I don't exactly quite remember exactly when the last... I know it last aired in 1970. I do know that. That's all I remember. That was last aired in 1970. before I made a comeback in 2008. And that's what what I'm thinking though is the Banana Splits movie was based off of those characters though from the 2008 TV show. Well, for Fleagle at least though. Fleagle. So the model for Fleagle in the movie looks similar to the one from the 2008 TV show. But you know what would actually be pretty crazy though? If someone actually created a cosplay of one of the Banana Splits. I'm not gonna lie though, that would actually be pretty cool. But the problem is though, is Drooper. I'm thinking he would be the tough one. Because since Drooper's the lion, he's got a long tail. There we go. Because I'm not gonna lie though, I really miss watching the like the only way for me to watch the Banana Splits show now though is like on YouTube. Now they did come out with a movie though called Banana Splits in Hocus Pocus Park, and that was on Boomerang Theater. Like their old Boomerang Theater, not the current one.
Left, top, middle, and then right hand side of the room. Going to fill it all in with hand side. And once I've done that, I'm going to be back because I'm not going to do this on recording because again, it's going to take for that. So I'm going to be back in just a moment once the entire roof has been filled in with hand side. Back in a moment. Alright guys, so as you can see, I have filled in, finding out right in this area is that the roof actually has 2 doors on it. So you can actually, well, get out of the roof. So these are positioned like this. You can see where we have this fire exit on the left hand side. Well, literally in line with even so the windows, because the windows are in line with the fire exit, you want to take like these 3 middle blocks, and if you kind of just like follow them along to where we have like here, the little side of the building that we have that kind of like leads onto the roof.
There we go.
Follow these 3 middle blocks, and you can see that I've knocked out like a 3x3 square, and that should be in line with the window that I just traced along and the fire exit. Knock out those 3 middle blocks, and then just place an entrance coming out, which looks a little bit like this. It's just a standard entrance. It's just like andesite and then white stained glass, like in the center of it like that, and that should just be in line with the very center of the side of the building, if you guys can see right there. Or have I missed? Oh, have I think I might have missed. No, I haven't. That's definitely right. For some reason, when I was just looking at it there, it didn't look like it was in line. So do that on the right hand side of the roof and the left hand side of the roof. I think that I've got this right. Am I right here? Let me see. Is it here? Yes, here we go. So it starts here, and we just want to have our little andesite archway, and then we just want to connect it down the roof as well. Probably just after boom. Yeah, there we go. And then we can just fill in this wall here with bricks, and we can place white stained glass on top of it. And then we just have the 2 entrances out onto the roof. I actually forgot about those. So, tonight.
Okay. Now, it does suck that all the AUs are now fully done, and they're no longer be happening, though. Like, now, obviously, though, I want to eventually make my own, though, at some point, though. I just need to figure out a way how to properly code it, though. I could watch tutorials, though, to help me out. I just won't include certain characters. Now, my AUs, now, if I do make AUs, though, obviously, though, with my AUs, though, they're going to be different, though, from my friend's AUs, which is the creator of them. Mine would actually be different, though, because I would have different characters, rather than his characters that he added.
Entrances out onto the roof. You then want to do this to actually make the roof look a little bit nice. So we'll do it to the very top center part of the roof first. You want to take out your stone brick stairs, and in line with the very top of the roof, so where we have the stone brick stairs at the top of the roof, you want to do a layer of upside down stone brick stairs going all the way around the top of the roof. So this is going to kind of shape it a little bit. It's going to give it a bit more of an interesting shape instead of it just being like a big giant rectangle, which is a little bit boring. I think we can
I think we used this though, like here, I think.
All the way around the outside of the roof. So upside down stone brick stairs going all the way around the outside of the roof, and then to kind of add a little bit more to it, on top of those stairs, add a layer of quartz slabs. This just kind of adds an extra colour into the mix. It adds an additional shape, and because you can actually get onto the majority of the roof, and you can get onto this top centre one if you wanted to, you just have to build up some stairs here. Although I didn't design it that way. I did design it so you can get onto the big main part of the roof, the left and right hand side. I did design it that way, but I did design it so you can get up onto this top middle part, and it just kind of makes it look a little bit more interesting. I mean, there you go, that's the roof, that's the top centre part, and for like the right hand side we want to do the same thing, so it's upside down stone brick stairs going all the way around the outside of the room, and then we're going to add a layer of quartz on top of it, a layer of quartz slabs, and it's as simple as that. That's all we have to do. So we're going to do the upside down quartz stairs, and I cannot remember whether it actually does it come all the way across the back. It does. So it comes all the way across the back, just above the clock. You can see that's where it goes, and we're just going to connect to the opposite side. And once we're on the opposite side, we can then add the layer of quartz slabs, and then that will make it look a little bit more interesting. And then actually, guys, that's going to be it for the tutorial after we've done that. And the next tutorial is where we're actually going to focus on the outside and the inside of the school, because that is what's going to really turn this into a school. So we're connected to the opposite side here now, and now we're just going to do a layer of quartz slabs. Yeah, the next part of this, I'm actually going to be releasing this video that I'm talking about right now either tomorrow, probably, hopefully tomorrow, or the day after, and the video is just going to be completely centered, completely designed, but the inside the school.
Okay, so now that this is all done, I'm actually going to work on the exterior of the school first, though, and then I'll work on the interior, though, because I believe the exterior, though, is just going to be a pain in my butt to do.
Flower. I'm going to be using rosebush.
Okay, so let me just get rid of certain blocks, though. Okay, so let me just reorganize my inventory a little bit, though. Okay, so I need the polished andesite, I need the stone bricks, I need the stone brick slabs. Let me just get rid of all this stuff real quick. I need to keep the curved full block, though, because I need to stick that back inside of the chest over here real quick, because I forgot to do that after I was done with it. There we go. Okay. And the reason why I'll be working on the exterior, though, is because the exterior, though, is going to take, like, less time than the interior, though, and I just want to get the exterior done and out of the way, though, so when I'm done with the interior, though, I can just do the roller coaster and there, and that'll be it. Okay, so I'm also going to need to get out the gray concrete, wait, hold on, wait, what block is it now exactly?
Some cyan stained clay.
Oh, it's actually terracotta.
Also grab some jungle leaves. You'll also want a flower. I'm going to be using
I need white wool.
It's really up to you what you want to use there. And I don't
also
think
need jungle leaves.
You need anything else. So once you have all of those materials, you now want
and
to make your
rose
way
bushes.
to the very entrance. So this entrance right here. You then want to take out your stone brick slabs, and where we have these stone
I added that already.
To do this, we want to be left with the side of the school like this, but then we want to surpass. No, we don't. We want to line them up with the side of the school like that. So we want to do that on the left, and we also want to do. You just want a shape in the end. Ends of the school, and we want to connect them to the school, and they just want to connect here, like it will connect to that stick out stone brick, and then we want to connect them to the center of the school, so like where we have the entrance, so here, except it doesn't want to like connect directly to it, it wants to connect like diagonally to the sticky out blocks, and then we want to drag it forward and connect it to the layer of stone brick slabs that we already have. So we want to have a shape which should essentially look like this. Do that on the right, do it on the left. So just in case you guys can't remember, we take this very end block that lines up with the end of the school, we drag it forward until it connects to the front of the school like that. We then
Like this.
drag it towards the
There we go.
center until it connects to the center part of the school diagonally, and then we bring it forward until it
Now,
connects
also,
all the way back to where we were just building.
yeah, that does remind me.
This. Now, once you have that taken care of, this is what
I'm
you
gonna go
want
about
to do next.
some
So,
oak
you'll now
saplings
note
and
that we
some
have
bone
two
meal, but I'm not gonna
footballs
add them
the
in just
school,
yet.
Made out of slab. We take each one of these corner blocks of slab and we extend them, coming out forward in front of the...
Now, that's just for the road area, though, as well, though.
We get it. You work hard.
Stupid
But get
ads.
the gear that works as hard as you do. The Blue Business Cash Card.
How does New Canada Dry Strawberry Fruit Splash taste? It's like slipping into a fake.
the other side, and we just want to connect it together. What we're forming right here is a road, and we are going to add on rosebush. Place one, miss one, place one, miss one, place one, miss one, place one towards the school, and then we just want to leave it. We want to have 2 rows here. Then you want to do the inverse for the row left of it. So left of it, we want to place a rosebush, miss one, place one, miss one, place one, miss one, place one, etc.
Right.
Then we want to do that one more time, going left still. So place one, miss one, place one, miss one, place one, miss one, place one, and it wants to look a little bit like this. It's easier to see from the top what sort of pattern you have to do, except it's not so easy because rosebushes obviously have some sort of weird model, but you guys get the idea. You want to do that on the left, you want to do it on the right. So it'll be rosebush here, stop, miss, until you have 2 gaps left. You
There we
don't
go.
want to place one closest to the school like that. Do the inverse right of that, and then do the original right of that. So you want to have something which should end up looking a little bit, I've just messed it up there a little. You want to have something which should look a little bit like this. Once you've done that, you then, on the outer sides of those rose bushes, want to do a layer of jungle leaves. So on the outer side of those rose bushes, do a layer of jungle leaves, kind of connecting that front path towards the school like this. So it will look a little bit like that.
There we
What
go.
we now want to do is, with the jungle leaves, we want to go all the way around the inside of the outside of the school, if that makes any sense. So anywhere that you see a gap going around the outside of the school, so like in between all of these stone pillars, around the inside of these stone slabs, you want to go all the way around the outside inside of the school. Again, it's kind of like a poor way to explain it, but you can see on the screen what's happening. We just want to basically add a hedge going all the way around the school, but we don't want to go around the parts that stick out, like where we have these like stone brick pillars and stuff. We don't want to tamper with those, but we do want to go in between them, and where necessary, we want to go around the outside of the school. So you can see, like on the outside here, we want to go around it, but where we have like exits and stuff, we want to leave that alone. We just want to do that going all the way around the school, and we want to knock that block off there, and then we
Oh, let me back it up a little bit.
inside of the school. Again, it's kind of like a poor way to explain it, but you can see on the screen what's happening. We just want to basically add a hedge going all the way around the school, but we don't want to go around the parts that stick out, like where we have these like stone brick pillars and
Okay, I was
stuff. We
right.
don't want to tamper with those, but we do want to go in between them, and where necessary, we want to go around the outside
There
of
we
the
go.
school. So you can see,
Perfect.
like on the outside
Okay,
here,
so it looks a
we
little
want to
something
go
like
around
this
it, but
now.
where we have like exits and stuff,
Okay,
we
so
want
now
to leave
what I
that
can
alone.
now do though
We
is
just
now
want
I
to
can
do that
add
going all the way around
in
the school, and we want to knock that
the
block
saplings
off
and
there.
then the
We just want
bone
to go
meal.
between this, and we should connect to the opposite side of the entrance, and it just adds a little bit of extra colour, and it adds a little bit extra separation. And we now have something which looks a little bit like that, which is a bit more colourful. And in doing that, you've actually 100% fully completed the front of the school. It's as easy as that. It's not so difficult whatsoever. So
For me though, I actually add in trees in these areas though, because I don't like them plain. I really don't. Now I try adding like parking spots in here though, but to me it just didn't look right though to me. So that's why I am adding in trees instead, though, to make it look like that there's actual like vegetation though throughout the front of the school though. Because back when I was in school, there was times where I would look out the window and see some trees. And I'm trying to like, so basically what I'm doing though is I'm kind of basing this off of like my real life kind of thing a little bit. Now what I'm going to be doing though is I'm going to be placing the trees in the same exact positions though as well, something like that a little bit. if I can remember exactly how I did that. Ooh, that's a little too close for comfort though, but at least it's